Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good to see you. I forgot to put my light on, but I guess I don't need it. Um, anyway, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. This is our live stream. I am here in an undisclosed location in New Mexico, and I am so happy to see everyone here. So today we're going to be doing messages from spirit. That's what I prefer to do. I do tarot readings, and I teach tarot and how to connect with your intuition and your spirit guides and all the things. If you want to know more about that, you can go to my website, janetkadow.com. But for today, we're going to be giving messages from your guides, and your guides are going to tell my guides what is going to support you right now. Hi, Jean. So good to see you. Always, always. So we're going to be doing messages from spirit. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about how spirit works, and they have to follow the sacred laws, which we kind of talk a little bit about. So, as people are showing up, I just want to give us a little warm up and how it works when we're working with spirit. Our spirit guides have to follow divine law. And so, if you ever get a message that you believe is from your spirit guide, it always one way to tell if it's from your spirit guide is if it's a loving message. If it's a message that causes any kind of negative emotion at all, fear, doubt, shame, whatever, it's not from your guide. So it has to be a loving message. And if it is a demand, like if it's something they're telling you to do, like you feel like your guide is telling you to do this thing right now and you better do it, that's also not your guide. It could be your ego. It could just be, some other energy or entity. And so, and the other thing is they always have to tell the truth. Spirit always has to tell the truth. So, but they don't have to tell the whole truth. So, in this kind of energy, you want to be sure that your question is clear. And the clearer your question, the clearer your answer. They always have to tell the truth. So if you feel like the message you thought was coming from your guide was a lie, always reflect on it. Reflect on if it felt loving, if it felt non-judgmental, if it felt, expansive, if it felt kind, those kinds of things. But you think it was a lie. Ask yourself how you ask the question. So if your question was vague or open-ended or in a way that you may have misinterpreted the answer because your question wasn't clear, then review it and ask again. Anyways, I do a lot of teaching on how to work with spirit guides, but it's kind of the basics, just so you know. Your spirit guides are always loving, they're always supportive, they will never make you afraid. Even if the worst disaster is coming your way, they won't tell you that to warn you. Instead, they'll redirect you. If there's some kind of bad thing that would happen to you on your trip going, planning a trip going somewhere and some bad thing would happen to you, instead of saying, don't go there, bad things happen there, they will say, why don't you go over here instead? Like, that's how it goes. That's how they work. They're very gentle. They will never also try to make you believe anything you don't already believe. So that's why sometimes people get a little frustrated over their spirit guides only telling them, things like "I love you," and they're not predicting the future. They're not, making things more clear. So, but once you work with them for a while and you get to know their style, they'll give you a lot of information. Okay. So know that they always tell the truth. They're always loving. They won't make you afraid. and they're always supportive. They will never interfere with your free will. That's why they'll never tell you what to do. Okay. Or tell you what to believe. Anyway. All right. Okay. So let's get started with questions. I think that's the end of my little lecture today because we already have a lot of questions. So I don't want to hold you guys up any further. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. And if you want to, I'm going to post this a little bit. If you want to be, oops, hold on. Hold on. This is too long to post in here. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, anyway. So if you want to be alerted every time I go live, you know the drill. Hit the little bell and it will come up that I'm live, or you could just put it in your calendar that we're going to be live every Saturday from 1, or excuse me, my time zone is 1. So yours is Pacific. Most of my clients come from Pacific time or Eastern time. So noon Pacific time and um, uh, sorry, 3 p.m. Eastern. Oh my God. All right, let's try this. I'm going to do this. Yes, Jean, you may. You may ask whatever you'd like to ask. So the other thing about spirit guides, if they don't want to answer, they won't. They have a lot of boundaries and they will teach you a lot about boundaries. So I have definitely learned that they are, uh, if they don't want to tell you, they won't. They also don't waste their energy. So they're not going to tell you something you're not ready to hear. So if you reject what they are saying, they won't even bring it up. They won't even tell you because they're not going to waste their time trying to convince you of something that you're not going to believe or you're not going to accept. So they don't waste time and energy. They're very clear on their boundaries. Okay, so we're going to go back up to our messages. Still fire. Good. Okay, good. So still fire must be a entity, spirit. Okay, let's go back to, I'm just looking at the chat here. Let's go back to, all right, Kali. I just want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. Kalili. I can go ahead and answer your question. You just wanted to know something. Hi, Ananya. Hi, Ishka. Damn it. Eshkasa, I think. Sorry, I don't mean to say that. Okay, so Kalili, you asked for insights from your higher self and guides, please. So let's see what they have to say. So first I also want to let you know to set intention. So my intention whenever I do a reading, whenever I connect in with spirit, whenever I do a healing is always to serve the highest good and only the highest good. Like, so we're only going to get messages that serve you on the highest level that you can receive. So we're going to say, I ask my guides and only my guides, no other spirit or entity, to give me messages to serve your highest good and my highest good and help us on our path to our highest potential. And I always suggest that you do that for everybody, for every reading, and every time you're pulling a tarot card or an oracle card, every time you're, wanting to get help or asking for help, you ask for help based on your highest good. Okay, so let's ask for Kalili. I think that's correct. I get this image of you on the path, and the message is you're on the right path. You may get very discouraged because it seems like a super long road. but they're saying that it is a little windy and it is a little kind of um, boring. I don't know, uneventful. Like it's showing me a very flat path that goes along a plane that just kind of it's like goes back and forth. And but and far off in the distance is the mountains where you're headed. But it's a beautiful space. Nonetheless, it's like a meadow you're walking through in this kind of windy path. It's twilight, and that means you feel like time is running out, or you're not moving fast enough, or things aren't happening right, or whatever. But it does feel very serene and beautiful. And to keep your eye on that, like it is a beautiful path you're on. You are on the path, and you can't go backwards. And you're getting a lot of support, the energy around you. And um, so it's important that you remember that you are supported. So let me know. Still fire, we didn't ask for questions, so I want to talk about that in a second, or answers. Anyway, so I want to go back to Khalil. Did that help at all? I hope. Just let me know uh, any feedback you can. Okay, good. So I hope that helps. I know it's kind of broad, but that's what the good. So just enjoy where you're at and know that there's no timeline and there's no rush. Okay? Wonderful. Yes. It is boring. Peace at first. I'm going to say I agree. Peace. When you finally get to a place of peace and the drama in your life is over and you're kind of, it is a little boring at first, but then peace is where creation happens. Okay? So peace is where creation happens. And so as you settle in and get used to the boredom, then you're going to start getting creative. A new creative way of living is going to come to you. Okay? But you're on the path. You're doing great. Settle in. Allow yourself to be bored for a while and see what happens. Good work. Thank you for your question. Okay, so I want to say when we work with spirit, yeah, very good. Thank you so much for joining. I know this is the first time here. I hope you come back. That was really nice. It was a very beautiful vision I got. Okay, so I want to say that if you don't ask spirit for help, then they don't help you. Okay, that's the number one. That's like the law of free will. Okay, so the law of free will says don't interfere with humans unless they ask. That's it. And I did not ask Stillfire for a message. So what I'm saying is that Stillfire is breaking the law of free will by um, continually posting a message in the chat. So I would say that Stillfire is not either ascended master or spirit guide or an angelic realm person. I don't know if I don't know what they are, but if you're breaking the law, like don't give messages that people don't ask for. That goes for everybody. And that goes for help too. Like don't help someone if they didn't ask. Like, keep that in mind. That's a law of free will, a lot of non-interference. So the law of non-interference says don't ask, or if don't help someone if they don't ask. And I'm sure everybody here has had the experience of helping someone who didn't ask for help and they get mad. They get resentful. They get annoyed. or whatever. Like, and so, like I said, spirit also doesn't waste energy. So they're not going to get messages that are going to be rejected. And so you have to ask in order to open up your energy field to receive the message as well. So that's why you always have to ask a question, no matter how broad, bland, mundane. You have to ask a question in order for you to open up your energy field to receive from spirit. So when you're giving messages to people, and a lot of psychics do this, they'll give messages unsolicited, and that is an interference. Sorry, still fire. It is interfering with someone when you're giving them help, advice, or whatever when they didn't ask. That's in the normal world, but it's especially true in the spiritual world. Like if you're doing something for someone and they didn't ask for it, you're taking on the karma of doing that thing, because whatever you're helping them with could be stopping their progress, their growth, their evolution, or stopping something from happening that their guides very carefully set up for them. Anyway, so much love to you, Still Fire. I hope that this helps. It'll stop you from wasting a lot of energy. Okay, good deal. Okay, so who's next? Micah? Let's see. I think it's Micah and then Jean. Or maybe Jean first. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I got a little lost. So if I miss you, please post your information. Look at Micah advertising. Thank you. She taught me everything I know about mind connecting with them. I can always tell when it's my fear versus Sarah. My fear causes so much anxiety. Yes. Spirit will never cause you anxiety. That is for sure. Okay. Hold up, hold up. Yeah. Jean, it's really great that your guides are brutally honest, because that means that you're willing to accept that, you don't know everything and you don't have all the answers, and you're ready to grow and shift. So that's fantastic. That's very good. Okay. Ishika. I think I remember now. Ishika. Check if you're on the right track of the healing of your lower back. Yes. And we did talk about this before. And then Nanya, I'll get to you next. And then Jean. And then Micah. That's how it goes. Okay. We talked about that before. You are doing pretty good. You're doing much better. You still have a little ways to go, a few weeks or 2 weeks, maybe more like two, before you really feel a big shift or really feel a lot better. I wonder if you're getting any medical intervention, or if it's impeding your ability to move around, or if it's just annoyance. And I think you said you were getting, oh, yeah, that's right. You're going to physical therapy, and I think the guides recommended water for you last time. Right now, they're showing me that following along the recommendations that you already have, you're doing really well. They're showing me surrounded by white light. And I want you to know that you can always ask your guides for healing. And, just keep asking them to help you heal your lower back quickly and easily. Just seeing if there's anything else they want to share. But you have it looks like about 2 weeks before you'll notice a big improvement. Again, this isn't medical advice or anything like that, but I'm seeing 2 weeks that you'll be up and around, moving. It feels like, when Mercury goes direct again, like at the end of the month. There you go. Okay. All right. So, boom, boom. I'll check your response in a second. I don't want to lose track of the chat, so I'm not going to scroll down very far. Okay. Ishika, check on the track. Yeah, that's you. Then, Ananya. Big presentation tomorrow. Tomorrow? Oh, wait, you must be in South Africa. Anyway, because tomorrow's Sunday. Doesn't matter. I need to not get caught up in the details. Hold on. Let me ask. You're going to be very happy with it. They're showing me that there's a lot of creativity and play in the presentation that it may feel like you're um, a little too. People might not take you seriously, but they're going to be really happy about it. I see a lot of people smiling and feeling good about it. They really like it. They like you. You have a lovely little fairy energy around you. Very light, very joyful, playful, and bring that into your presentation. And it'll flow very naturally and be very well accepted. Then stay in your heart, and that'll be really good. Okay. So, Jean, what is coming towards you in money this month? July. Okay. There's something that you've been waiting for. Some money you've been waiting for? I want you to know how much easier it is to get into Jean's energy and to get the answer because I know Jean. So I don't know you. Sometimes it takes a little longer to get the answer. Um, but they're showing me that you're kind of what you've been waiting for is coming, but it might be a little bit more either the very end of the month or in the beginning of August. And that'll be a relief. There's some changes coming for you at the beginning of August that you've been wanting and you've been pushing for, and they haven't been able to. So I wonder if you're going to get your property then. If you're going to find your place, then there's something. The new things are happening in August. So until then, kind of prepare for the new things, like the money that you've been waiting for is coming, and then potentially the place that you want to rent. I hope that helps. Let me know in the chat. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Micah. Next is Micah, and then I'm going to read all the responses because I need to know if I was off track or if I was on track. Okay. Because if I was off track, then we need to shift the question or something, or I need more information, or it wasn't. I was getting the wrong, whatever. But it was on track. Great. Families coming this weekend, energy around the weekend, and what to come after. Okay, so you want to know what's going to come after the family? Is it both your families or just his family or just your family that's coming this weekend? So now I'm going to scroll down to ask. Okay. Okay, Jasmine, I'll get next to you next. Hi, that girl. Okay, now I can scroll down. Let me just get back to Micah. Um, just his family. Okay. It's as usual. It's just a good time. They really like you. I see you staying home most of the time, so I don't know if you're going out to do anything, but where you really connect is at your home or his home. You're at home at someone's house. You're cooking a lot, you're talking a lot, you're laughing a lot, you're hanging out a lot. It just is very easy and comfortable. There's a lot of white light around it. It just feels lovely. They definitely want you in the family. I hope they're not pressuring him to make the commitment because that might put him off a little bit. So they need to kind of chill because we're happy the way we are. I think that's what you need to say if they bring it up. You need to say, we're happy the way we are. Okay. Yeah, I think it's his house. Yeah. So if they bring up marriage or whatever, you're just going to say, that would be okay, but we're happy the way we are. You need to put a lid on it. Okay. Because he does feel a lot of pressure. Okay, good. You're being very good. All right. Nice work. Okay, who's next? Ananya, you are not going to have to worry about it. They're going to love it. They're not going to ask too difficult questions. You're going to have all the answers. Don't worry about it, my girl. Okay, Jasmine. Let's see the situation. My consultancy work. Oh, hmm. Hmm. Let me see what they have to say about that. There's some other work you're doing too that is really important work for you right now. And I'm not sure if it's, looks like it's an education. And either you're getting an education or you're helping other people, you're teaching other people, but um, it feels like it's just not good timing for the consultancy and it will come up though. So keep working towards it and it will work out. It does seem like it's kind of a long ways away. I think it's more into next year that the consultancy will start really taking root. I hope that helps. So just kind of chill, do what you're doing, help the people in front of you, and you're doing good. You're doing great. You are doing great. Okay. Ah, I think that might be it, Jean. I think you are right. It may be him helping you out. So you just need to sit back and wait, really. Okay. All right. That's right, Jean. Wait for Mercury to behave itself, and then you can, I think you'll find it pretty easily next month. Hmm. Okay, Marfel. Hi, Janet. Do you see updates regarding my legal case for back pay child support? My lawyer has requested back pay since my child's birth. She's now 18. Seems to be a period of waiting. In the meantime, anything you can see to do to help it along. Okay, so you're going to get the disclaimer, and the disclaimer is I'm not a lawyer, obviously. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm just giving advice from spirit. And what they want you to know is that um, there's a practice that's common in certain traditions and religious practice, and that is kind of like Ho'oponopono, or um, it's basically a forgiveness practice. It's sort of letting someone off the hook. And it doesn't mean that. Um, so, what happens when we let go and say, I forgive you, I'm moving on? It's sort of like I've had people who hadn't paid in the past. Like, I did a lot of work for them and they didn't pay. And it was really, really, obviously very annoying. And what my guides taught me was to forgive it and move on. And then, in other words, don't expect any response, don't expect any repayment of debt, just let it go. And then money comes. And so I know this is obviously 18 years worth of back pay, but don't expect it. Just let it go and know that money comes to you. That money in particular, whatever is owed to you will come to you. Whatever's owed to you will come to you. You can even say that as a little mantra. Whatever's owed to me will come to me. Whatever debts people have towards me, they will pay. Like, or not even necessarily them, but you will be paid. So you will get money. So you, in other words, it's sort of letting go of the idea that that person is the person that's going to give you that money. Instead, you think that money is coming to me no matter what that person does. And that helps release a lot of the energy of, it has to be this way or whatever. You're kind of allowing the universe to take care of you. You're allowing the earth to take care of you. You're allowing spirit to take care of you. And when you allow them to really take care of you, then no one's debt towards you can harm you. Okay? So it's kind of hard to do, especially with such a history, and I do understand it. But that's the guidance that I'm getting, is if you can just say that money's coming to me no matter what that person does. Because, when you're in a legal case, you're expecting that person to pay you what they owe you, and you're expecting it to happen from them. Instead of expecting it to happen from them, just expect it to happen, in other words. And it will happen. It does look like it may be a little longer for you to get it, but they're not even giving me a timeline. I believe this one practice may help move the energy along. If I hope that helped you. Good luck. That's a really tough place to be. I'm sorry you're going through that. That's very hard. Okay. So, all right, now I'm going, oh, it's Asia. Oh, that girl. That girl. It's Asia. Is that girl? I love that name. I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and I'm so old right now, but I love that girl. She was like one of my favorites. She had the coolest clothes. Anyway, My formative years were about single women making it on their own. So cool. Okay, let's see what's next. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, let me know your question, Asia, and I'm just making sure I haven't missed anybody else. So, good. Jasmine, you're going to be all right. I want to tell you, just to reiterate, you are going to be okay. Just keep going forward, and it will feel like it's dragging a little bit, but it's going to work. So the consultancy will work. You just need to be a little more patient for now, and it'll come through. You'll start getting, but I just don't see it taking root until next year. So in the meantime, hustle as best you can and get things going as best you can. Okay, Asia. Let's see. Let's go back to yours. So Asia, there's going to be a job for you that you're going to not expect. It's a very interesting, it's a very different kind of job than you normally do. And it feels like it's going to be offered and you're not going to apply for it. It feels like somebody you know. So keep, like networking your friends, telling everybody you're looking for a job, telling everybody that, you know, that you're whatever kind of things you like to do. Keep hustling in that way, keep networking and see what happens. But it feels like there's going to be a big job. It's going to be, I keep seeing a big building. So it's a bigger company. To me, when I see a big building as a workplace, it means it's a big company. Doesn't mean you'll be working in a big building. Um, it may be coming from the part-time jobs you're working now. So a job you're working now. It may be coming from that. So let people know, if they ask, you're looking for a job. You're looking for a day job, a big job, a full-time job. Let people know that. Don't be shy. But it is coming from an unexpected place, and it's going to be a type of work you haven't done before. And I do think it feels so ready. It just feels so close. It feels like next week. It feels very close. So I hope that you hear something soon. Just keep putting yourself out there and be the amazing person you are because you're attracting it for sure. You're getting there. Okay. All right. So let's go back to Marfel. Whew. So I don't know. It's time to let it go, really. This is very hard. Um, I'm making note of what else you wrote about your situation. I want you to know that there will be a response. It won't be the most satisfying of responses to the problem that you posted, um, but there will be a response that will be some help. Okay? Okay, good. I know. So, work on yourself, and you're doing good work, and things are going to start shifting pretty soon, but not within the next month or so. I hope that helps, Marfel. It's a lot you're going through. Jasmine, I want you to ask your guides to help you more. I want you to ask your guides to help you make all the bills and do all the things. Start handing it over. Start telling your spirit guides, say, I asked my spirit guides, and everybody could do this, and everybody should be doing this every day. Okay? So, I asked my spirit guides and only my spirit guides to help me with everything in my life so that my life is easy and fun and other things you want. So, if you want creativity or love or partnership, tell them, ask them, ask them. You don't have to make a prayer. You don't have to sit in meditation. You don't have to know their names. Just say, I ask my guide and only my guide to help me with fill in the blank. My legal troubles, my, you know, work life, my money troubles, my everything. Ask them. We forget to ask them. And they're right there by our side all the time in our business. They know everything. They can help us with every single thing. But when you ask your guide and only your guide, you're not inviting any other spirit in to help you. When you ask your guide and only your guide, they can do all the things. They're instant manifestors. The reason why it takes long here is because we're in the physical world and things take longer. And they hate our suffering more than anything. They don't want us to suffer, and they certainly don't want us to struggle. So keep asking them for help, and they'll help. So ask that for everybody here when you're struggling. Keep asking. Keep asking. Even if it feels like it's not working, it is working. But they can't do anything. Going back to my little lecture earlier on, they can't do anything for us unless we ask. So we have to ask. And we have to be clear. And we have to be focused. And then once you ask, you let it go. You no longer worry about it. It's no longer your problem. You've just handed it over. When you say, Jesus, take the wheel, you actually have to let go of the wheel for Jesus to take it, right? So when you're saying, Spirit guides, take over, I am lost and afraid and worried and freaked out and struggling and suffering, take over. I don't want to do that anymore. Take my problems. And they will. And it'll feel great. And you can go about life without worry. Which that took me a long time to learn because I was pretty addicted to worry. I found out. Well, it's great that you're grateful. Tell them more, please. More, please. More, please. Just because you're grateful doesn't mean you can't ask for more. Asking for more doesn't mean you're not grateful for what you have. It means that you need more. That's all that it means. Okay? So don't shrink from asking for more. Okay. Good. Yes, keep asking them for that, Jasmine. It will. It will. I think it'll go a little faster and feel a little clearer, and opportunities will open up the more you ask for help. It works for me. Good. Keep asking. Okay. Who's next? Let's see. Anna's here. What are you doing? Anna has a few questions. Of course you do. And wait, somebody else. What's that before that? That's okay. I think that'll work out in and Angie next. Okay. So, Asia, you met two people. He said he wanted on a team. It's a small company, though. That's okay. Just because I said it was a big company doesn't mean that's not right. Let me just ask, though. It's good. Good start. Yeah. I'm asking. Yes, yes, yes. So, if you want to say yes, you're welcome to say yes. It's a good start. Okay. Angie. Okay, Angie, you're going to get a lecture before I answer you. I hope you don't mind. So, how spirit works, I asked my spirit guides, and spirit guides don't read anybody without the request, knowledge, or permission. So, we can't ask what somebody thinks or feels about you, or they won't answer. I'm not going to ask all day long, they won't answer. But what they can do is answer. Hold on. Um, so, why was he acting strange? Is it because he was attracted? So they're going to answer. Hold on, I have to move this. There's somebody in your life who does really like you, and it does look like you really like them. And what they suggest is that you pull your energy back a little bit. That you don't fixate on the one person. Instead, here's so the dynamic of crushes and energy attraction energy works like we're attracted to somebody and we send them a lot of energy. And when we send them a lot of energy, um, they may be attracted to you, but they don't really need to um, answer that because um, you're already in their energy field all the time. Okay. So, what you want to do is pull your energy back, don't fixate, and go about your business. And just wait for them to come after you. Because energy works, very similar to how relationships work. Is like if we're flooding them with energy, then they don't need to do anything to get your energy. They don't need to do anything to earn your energy. They don't need to do anything to earn your affection and love and attention. So pull it back. Don't fantasize or fixate and let it go and see what happens. And if you have trouble with that, then ask spirit guides to help stop you from sending energy to that person. So usually, like I heard stories and stories and stories and stories about women who finally give up on the guy and they burn all their pictures and they, block their number and they're totally over it. And then the guy is suddenly very interested in them. And that's because they're no longer giving the energy. So they're no longer flooding the guy with the energy. So you want to ask your spirit guides to stop you from sending this person energy, and they will respond to you in the real world and not just energetically. Hope that helps. Hope it was clear. It can be a little fuzzy when I'm doing these lives because I don't go too far into detail. So I hope that helps. Okay. Yes, exactly. I love that little emoji. So cute. Thank you, Angie. Okay, now on to Anna. I think so. Um. Okay. Oh, and if you want to send tips, please do. I am very open to receiving all the time. It's like one of my favorite things to do. My guides had to teach me to receive, if you can believe that. So, all of us who are so used to give, 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 we forget to stop long enough to receive. So, I suggest that you stop long enough to receive what you're asking for. Um, anyway, so Anna, Anna, look me in the eye, and I want you to repeat after me. You're great at your job. I am great. You're going to say, I am great at my job. I am great at my job. I am great at my job. It's really important that you remember that you're great at your job. They're showing me once you know that, or at least fake it till you make it, things shift. They really shift. I mean, profoundly shift. Like you're going to walk into work one day and everybody's going to, and it's going to be an easy day. But you have to know that you're great at your job because you are. You are great at your job. You may say, I did this mistake, I did that mistake, blah, blah, blah. Everybody makes mistakes, and it's not a big deal. I used to work for an attorney, and I used to freak out when I made a mistake. Like, freak. Big time. And he'd say, nobody's bleeding, nobody's dead, you're fine. Everything's fine. And he'd say, tomorrow's another day. He taught me a lot of good life lessons. So, if nobody's bleeding and nobody's dead, what's the worry? And tomorrow is another day. So remember, your guides want you to know you're great at your job. You are great at your job. And they don't lie. Remember? They have the law, the sacred law, the divine law of truth. They don't get to lie to you. So you need to believe them and know it in your heart. Know it down to your toes. Know it in every cell of your body that you're great at your job. And I know, just looking at the energy of your work, that a lot of people admire you and they really like you and they like working with you. You're the only one that doesn't. You're the only one that thinks you're not good at your job. You're the only person. Don't argue with me. I know you're going to argue with me. Don't. Stop. Okay. I hope that helps my darling, darling love. Thank you, Micah. Micah's my backup. Micah and Jean. Thank you, guys. I so appreciate you. Okay, Anna, just say yes. I'm really great at my job. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? Anna, I need you to type. I'm really great at my job. I'm not letting you get away without it. That's my payment from you today. Okay, anybody else? I hope that I covered everything. Yes, you are. Yes, you are really great at your job. Thank you. That makes me feel good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Anything else? Topics? I think, Jean, did you ask another one? Another question? No. Yes, new. Okay. Okay. Jasmine, what was your other question? Hold on. Anna, your other question. Will it go easier for you this week? Yes, if you walk around saying I'm really great at my job. Ah, long awaited message on the horizon. Let's check. You know, I see it coming in September. Sorry. There's a certain flavor of energy that I see coming into your life um, in September. And it's a more older male energy, but it feels very kind. So I think it's coming in September. That's what they're showing me. Okay. Very good. You're welcome. Okay, everybody, let's see who's next. Um, I don't know what a sock project is, so I'm going to just ask the guides because I have no clue what that is. Lily, I'll be with you in a minute. Um, hmm, there's definitely a big gift for you in December. Something coming that you've been um, waiting for. Something you're going to be receiving, and you're really happy to get it. Now, I don't know if it's a real gift or if it's the success of your project, or I don't know. But there, when I look at what I do is I pull up a calendar in my head and scan the calendar and I look and see when things are going to happen. And they're showing me you holding this giant, beautiful, shiny box. And you're so excited to get it. It's a beautiful gift. So, since it's in a box, I don't know what the gift is, but know that there is a great reward coming for you around December, January, and it looks like you're super happy about it. So, in answer to your question, because that is the question that I asked them about your sock project, um, it looks like yes, it's going to go very well and it's going to be very well received. You're launching socks, actual socks. Oh, I thought sock was something, some kind of term for something else. Okay. Hi, Namira. Well, you're going to love it. It's going to be fun and you're going to do really well with it. Absolutely. I love it. I like it better than it's going to be really good. It's going to be very well received. Okay. Hi, Namira. So glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Okay. Now I'm doing Lily. Welcome, Lily. It's good to have you here. It's for you and Rob. Let's check it out. What do you need to know? The way I ask the question is like, what do you need to know about your relationship with Rob? And we'll see what the guides say. Sometimes they answer in pictures or feelings or um, I'll just get thoughts. So we'll see what comes. Usually with relationships, I get more pictures. Um, Now, I don't know you, Lily, and I don't know anything about your relationship. So I want to say that the energy around this dynamic, and again, I don't know if you're married, engaged, just met, or anything, but I will say that um, the energy is not conducive to uh, a good intimate partnership at this time. So when I look at it energetically, what the guides are showing me is just, that there's some kind of stress or some kind of heavy um, problem that is interfering with your connection. And it won't be cleared up soon. So to me, it looks like you need to wait it out for a little while and see if things shift. But even better, um, to do what you need to do for yourself and look forward to a relationship with someone who is available for you. I hope that helps. And it's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I hope that it's helpful. But that's the way I see it. I see a lot of stress or energy that is kind of keeping you apart. I would say it's more on in his life than yours. I think you're available and ready for a relationship, and I don't think he is, broadly speaking. Okay. So, hope that helps. And basically the guides, they want you to take care of you and do the things that you want to do for you. Yes, Jean, please repost. Sorry, I missed it. I'm so happy to have so many people in chat that I can't be mad that I have that I'm getting a lot of chat. So I'm very happy. So yes, if I miss your question, please repost. But give me a few before you repost. Okay, now I think I can go on to Micah. I didn't see Namira, I don't see your question, so repost that if you posted one that I missed. Okay. Micah, I would say you just need to just let people know you're happy the way things are, and that's it. Like, I think they'll be okay with it. They're not gonna, I think once you say, we're happy the way things are, you know, I think they're gonna be okay with that too. but you gotta mean it when you say it. Okay. All right. Let's see. There's been any positive. Oh, okay. All right, Jean. Okay, Namira, you're after Jean. Keep me on track, folks, in chat. Okay. Yes, you did, dear. So you answered some questions as a psychic. So you did a reading for him. Did you do a reading for him, or did you just ask things that you knew were on his mind without him asking? That's the question. I'm glad to see that, Micah. So you answered questions before he asked. Is that it? Miss Psychic, Jean? Okay. Don't do that anymore. Listen, I get a lot of information, okay? I know a lot of stuff. I know a lot more than I say, and I know better than to answer questions before they're asked. So, first law of non interference, law of free will, sacred law. If they don't ask, don't tell them. Okay. So I think he'll get over it. I think he'll move past it. I think you need to stop. There are also other ways to kind of approach things. And so think about, ask your guides. So here's what I do when I get information that I probably shouldn't know or they didn't ask about. Usually you get it for your own, because your guides are giving you messages that it's for your own knowledge, right? You're really not supposed to spread it around. But if you get something you think you should say to somebody else, what I do is I ask my guides if I need to share this information with this person, then then have them ask me the question. Have them call me, have them, whatever, like if I had a dream about somebody or suddenly got some knowledge, some random stuff about someone, and I felt like, oh no, I got to call them and tell them. No, 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 no. I asked my guides, okay, if this is for me to know and that's as far as it should go, that's fine. But if this is for them to know, then make it so they ask me and I have an opening to respond. Okay? So that's what you want to do. You don't want to jump in and, say things that they didn't already ask you about. So it's sort of it's a little bit, of kind of figuring out what to do with psychic information when you get it. And your guides will always help you and keep you out of trouble. Okay? So no more. He got his friends to try to test me, but I forgive him. Oh boy. Oh, see? Oh, yeah. You know, be careful. Um, okay. You don't need to be doing that. Okay, everybody? Everybody listening, I know you're all psychic. If you get information about somebody, you wait and you ask your spirit guides to say, okay, if this is for them, make it so I get an opening to share it without overstepping boundaries. Okay. Okay, Namira. Okay. What message do they have for you? What does Spirit have for Namira? I love that name. I hope I'm saying it right. I see you sitting very happily, like you're like a little girl playing with little stuffed animals, and that you're really joyful. Like this is you at your heart. This is you at who you are. A fun little girl playing without a care in the world. Actually, don't know if you're female or male, but this is what they're showing me. And have fun with your imagination. Your imagination is going to carry you, it's going to help you. And the more you apply your imagination, such as like a writer or an artist of any kind, the more answers you're going to find. Let your mind wander into fantasy, into all kinds of wild scenarios. And that's where you get your answers. That's where you're connected. One thing that my guide taught me early on is that the imagination is the doorway to spirit. And that has always rung true. And that is that when we start activating our fantasy world or imaginary conversations, we start getting answers. The spirit finds a way to share those answers because we're in a relaxed state of mind. It's almost a meditative state of mind when we're fantasizing or we're having we're imagining things, and in that imagination comes brilliance, the brilliance from spirit. So I hope that helps and that you can utilize that. Good work. Have fun, play, and more answers will come for you. We're going to wrap it up really quick. I forgot how late it is, and there's the thunderstorm going on outside. Yay! We finally have rain. It's so exciting. Okay, we need it. New Mexico is notoriously in drought all the time. Okay, I'm going to do Kalili. I'm going to do Kalili, and then we're going to go. Okay, so thank you, everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and post my little information for tips if you want to. Also, subscribe. Of course, you're already subscribed if you're in the chat. And then, you're always welcome to share. And I'll be back next week at the usual time, noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm going to do Kalili, and we're going to sign off. So thank you so much. I'm so happy to help you, Namira. Thank you. Okay. Kalili, it's important. I'm going to ask the guide, so I'm stepping in. Let me ask the guides instead. You don't want my advice. Okay. Everything, the guides are saying everything is as it should be. Do not take the burden of guilt or regret in this situation. Allow yourself time to heal. Allow yourself space for forgiveness. And when those two things are complete, you can decide how you want to communicate and how you want to go forward with the relationship. Until then, trust that this is as it should be in the moment. Okay? and hope that we all do that. We all trust that things are as they should be because they are. But if we don't like it, we can ask for more. We can ask for something new, something different, and we can work with our guides and see how magical life can really be. Okay, I'll see you all next week. Take care and thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you for coming. You're the best.